What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Now, when I typically talk about a lot of different plays in the market, whether it's coming from my main channel, this channel, or it's coming from my reaction channel, or whatever, right? My different YouTube channels that I have out there, I'm typically talking about crypto, right? Crypto is where you're seeing majority of the gains when it comes to these larger 100%, 10x, 20x gains or whatever, right? You're expecting to see those levels, and if you want to see that, feel free to go over to that channel. I do have a lot of different plays that I've talked about, that I continuously talk about, that I feel like are going to make huge moves. Now, I had a conversation with a family member this weekend, a short conversation with a family member about investing in the stock market and what should people be investing in. If they're not interested or understand investing at all, what should they start with? And I think ETFs are the way to go, right? I think investing something in the market, understanding what platform you have, and also understanding the bare minimum of things. You don't have to understand, everything about a specific company. You don't have to understand their financials. You don't have to dive into what they're doing, what's brand new in the news. You're investing into something that's kind of all encompassing, right? And every year we have some sort of large banger that everybody wants to get into, everybody wants to be a part of. And this year, right, and honestly, for maybe a little bit longer than that, we could see SCHD was definitely coming up a lot more. Right, I've been invested into a lot of other positions, but SCHD is definitely one that has been coming up in different dividend videos, right? Different top ETF videos, or just kind of going all in videos on these positions. Now, why do you want to focus on this area? ETFs tend to move more consistently, right? You tend to see more of a predictable route in where it's going. So you're looking at maybe a 5% return, you're looking at a 10% return, 12% return. But the point is that on average for the last 5 or 10 years, you're looking at about a 5 all the way up to 10% return on some other things. And some could be 12%, right? You could see massive returns. But we're just looking for consistency. It's not about the largest return possible, but consistency, as well as being able to be paid something for holding that position. As I saw from Mark Cuban once said that I'm not holding a position unless they're paying me for it, right? They're paying me to hold it. That makes total sense to me, right? I'm not just going to hold a position and just hope that it does grow, but I would love to see that growth, as well as you saying, you know what, for you holding it, here's some money, right? But there's a difference, right? You can look at things that say, all right, well, here's some money for holding this position, and then it makes up for the losses that you end up seeing there and it ends up breaking even. Nobody wants that, right? Because then your money is worth less the next year because inflation may have been 3% or 2% or 5% or 10%. And that's not a good situation. So what we're going to talk about in this video is SCHD. I want to go through the position, go through why I'm going all in on it, how much I want to hold in the end, and hopefully you guys can get a lot of information from that. So make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, if you guys want to sign up for Robinhood or Webull, I'll have those links down below. Or if you want to sign up for a cryptocurrency platform, Margex is down there as well. So if we go over to Robinhood, where I'm holding my SCHD, it currently stands at $78.19. You see in the last day, it's up about 0.15%. In the after hours, it's up 0.12%. So you're seeing a little bit of movement in that last day. If we look at the last week, it's up it's down 2.6%. You look at the last month, it's up 1%. The last 3 months, it's up 0.39%. The last year to date, 3%. Overall year, you're looking at 12% of an increase for the past 365 days. If you look at the last 5 years, it's up 51.8%. And the last, if you look at max time all the way back from 2011, you're looking at a 212% return, which is absolutely fantastic for anybody to see, right? If you have, $10,000 into it, you're looking at 200% higher than what you have there, over 200% higher. So it's fantastic to see that level of growth in that time frame. Now, if we look at how much I hold of it, just to give you that clarification, I currently hold $9,500 worth of this, or 121 shares. This is not what I'm going to stop at. I plan on continuing to grow with this and continuing to build more. Now, just to let you know, for a dividend position, this is a quarterly paying dividend position, so you're going to receive it, every 3 months, 4 times a year. It's not going to be every single year like you would see with maybe ticker symbol O or SPHD or some others that are out there. But SCHD tracks a market cap weighted index of 100 dividend paying US equities. If we look at the or what's in the overall position, we're looking at 17% in financial services, which fits my background, obviously. Healthcare is 15%. You have consumer defensive, you have industrials, you have energy, you have technology, you have communication services, things like that, right? You have a lot of different things. And if you look at the top 10 holdings in it, you want to see if you find anything that's familiar, right? Not necessarily just like, oh, well, this seems legitimate. Like, I want you to find something that's, familiar. Maybe it's Pfizer, maybe it's PepsiCo, maybe it's Coca-Cola, maybe it's Chevron. And those things can definitely hit close to home for people because they recognize those names. When they are recognizable, people are like, all right, I know what those names are. I can be a part of this. And that's what we're looking for, right? Those top 10 holdings that we have in there that are 41% of the total assets. Now, also get into some key information. If we wanted to know the expense ratio, it's at 0.06. You also have the 30-day yield, which is about 4%, 3.87%. That's here. So just to let you guys know on how much you receive, you can do that math if you wanted to. In my dividend tracker, I have that math, but you could do that math if you wanted to. The 52-week high is $80, 52-week low is $66. I typically invest, I don't just go all in one spot. I'll go all in with what I have, but I'll continue to invest more and more, right? I've invested probably 4 or 5 times, maybe 6 times into SCHD to get the total of $9,500 that I have right now. But more importantly, right, when we see the dividend, we're getting paid for something. But when we look at the annual return, this tells us what the average return has been over the last 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and max time. You have 10% an average return for the last year. You have 4.6% for the last 3 years. That's a definitely drop off, from where you're standing, and then also an increase in the last 5 years of 11%. If you look at the last 10 years, the average return is 11%, 10.91%. And since history, you're looking at 12.8%. So you're seeing that consistent growth when you look at everything, right? When you look at a 10,000, 100,000 foot view, you're seeing SCHD that's consistently rising. So even though you feel like you're investing at a high point, no matter where you would invest, you would feel like you're investing at a high point. Unless it's right here, which was 2020, you feel like you're investing at a high point. Consistently invest into everything, and as you see 5 years, 10 years down the line, you'll see that growth as well as the dividend that's paid out throughout those 10 years, right? The 4 dividends per year that you'll receive out of the 10 years, you'll have 40 different dividend payments that you'll receive, which is fantastic. In some cases, you'll receive more than that if you receive per month, but in this case, you'll receive 12 months. You'll look at 48. That's 48 payments every single year. So that's a great thing for you. Now, well, I said 48 payments every single year. 12 months, you'll receive 4 payments every single year. In 10 years, you'll receive 48. You know what I mean? So either way, you'll receive a lot of payments from SCHD over that time period within the dividends. And then you'll also receive the growth that you will see with the overall ETF and everything that's included with it. Now, this is a safer way to go about than investing directly into like Coca-Cola. Even though Coca-Cola pays a dividend, and I have Coca-Cola in some of my other accounts, it's not necessarily what you want to do is go all in on one company. Because if one company decides to fail or it just crashes, doesn't crash and burn, but it crashes a little bit, you still have the survival of everything else that's included in that ETF that can end up propelling that forward rather than completely collapsing it. You know what I mean? So I plan on going all in on SCHD. I currently have $9,500 or 121 shares. I would absolutely love to have 1,000 shares of SCHD, but in due time, right? I'm going to work my way up. I'm going to get to 200, 300. I'm going to sparingly make these investments into a play like this. And we're going to continue to invest. I'm probably going to make another $2,000 worth of an investment very, very soon, just because I want to consistently invest into this play. And I really like this play. Even though it's not a monthly dividend play, I want to invest into it. So I want to know what you guys think, because I honestly think that this is a great project. And I think a lot of people tend to overlook ETFs and they go directly into individual positions because they're looking for growth, right? And you can see that growth. It's just more of a consistent, right? Believable, right? I'm not saying that some of those aren't believable, but asking for 100% or asking for 200%, it's kind of crazy, right? For the stock market that's well established, and you see people that are investing in it for the long haul. So when you're investing into an ETF, you want to see that consistency. You want to see that predictable growth. 4%, 10%, 12%, right? Not 1,200%. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this video going over SCHD. Let me know what you think about the project. Do you own any of it? Or have you gone all in on it? Let me know how many shares you hold, how much money you hold. I'm interested. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.